Welcome to a typical St. Petersburg neighborhood. For those of my friends that are not from the US, this is what one of our typical neighborhoods look like. Single family homes, small lots. This is a very incorporated city. Has, I want to say, close to 500,000 residents here. And so as you'll see, very modest homes, your working class type citizen. This is a historic district of St. Petersburg, the historic Kenwood area. So the houses that you see here behind me, they are not allowed to change their fascias. They're part of the entire historic district. So as you can see, they are quite retro, I guess you would call it. But many of them have been turned into businesses, lawyers' offices, doctors' offices, daycares, things like that. It's an up-and-coming area where they want to be less residential and a lot more business-like because, you know, rents are high and there's money to be made. But let's take a walk around, see what's going on. I mean, I could show you what is coming to this neighborhood, like this. Pretty cookie cutter, right? Nothing too special about that. I mean, this is way more cool looking, but unfortunately, no one is willing to build a house like this anymore. Because I would say back in the day, this simple house was probably $1 or $2 grand, but to rebuild it today, the same thing, probably 100, 150 grand. And if you're gonna spend that kind of money, it's not the kind of house you're gonna build. You're gonna build something more like what I showed you across the street. But I did this. I used to live in a house like this. When I first came to Florida, I lived in a 900 square foot, built in 1958 house that resembled this without the fancy porch because, you know, I was a common guy with not a lot of money. So mine was somewhere between this and this. Not quite the wooden original settler's house. Had more of a porch than that, but not quite the estate that the other place is. So let's take a walk around the neighborhood. As you can see, people keep their homes beautifully. Flowers, gardens. Oh man, I love these neighborhoods. It reminds me of when I first came to Florida. Let's just walk around and see what we can find. And there's another element to this neighborhood that I want to share with you when I comes to cross it, and we will discuss then. But for now, let's just enjoy the neighborhood and the beautiful 1950s post-World War II architecture. So, as you can see, this is the reason I came to the inner neighborhood first. This neighborhood, like many neighborhoods in Florida, really embrace street art to the point where almost every single local business has a mural of this capacity or better. So, to you, Dothan, here in St. Petersburg, Florida, we too appreciate all the talents of the street people, of the young artists who want to make a statement, political, economical, religious. Our walls are bare canvases for them to paint on as well, huh? I'm pretty proud, man. When I heard that, I said I just definitely had to come to this neighborhood and see exactly how good it is. And I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna take a walk around. I've only been out here about 5 minutes. The artwork is outstanding on every single building I run into. And I've heard rumors from the locals that there is a bakery of all bakeries that I should definitely stop in and see. So, you know me, don't give me a bakery challenge. I have to definitely meet you on that. But let's take a walk around. I want to show you some of the local businesses. Now, you see, this is the area where these local St. Petersburgites live. And these are the 5-star high-end stores that they shop at. Let's see if they compare, or how well they compare to the stores we're gonna see that they pay for down in the tourist section of town, which I promised you after I find this bakery and recharge, because man, currently 92 degrees out at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I could definitely use a little brownie boost, maybe iced chocolate non-latte latte or frozen hot chocolate, who knows? But first, let's enjoy some street art, and let's enjoy some of the local businesses that if you actually lived here and paid for all the wonderful tourist harbors and yacht clubs, you would be using. Which, I'll be honest with you, very cool, very retro, very right out of the 1970s artsy, got a really artsy vibe. I would say not so much a millennial area, nah, I don't know. Yuppies, you remember the yuppies? If you're from my generation, you remember the yuppie crowd. They were kind of a retro 80s artsy, not lazy-ish like our new millennials, but enjoyed all, like, see, vintage, modern St. Petersburg. Oh man, check that out. I actually had a pair of headsets just like that. I thought that was the coolest thing in town. I can't tell you, they probably cost 3 times more now than they did when I originally bought them. But this is what I'm talking about. This part of town, this part of St. Petersburg, vintage modern. I mean, that is an excellent way to explain it. This part of town has a really vintage modern kind of vibe to it, and you can get that from the stores that they have. Oh man, I remember that. Man, I should stop pointing out my age. My mom had one of those out in the living room back when I was a kid. Oh, I love this part of town. But let's see what we can find art-wise, huh? And then I'll go off on how much I love this area. I'm really starting to dig this vibe. I like an 80s vintage. Didn't like the yuppies in the 80s, kind of like them now. They had the right idea. They were driven and spoiled, but they wanted to work. Anyway, let's see what awesome art we could find. My goodness. Valhalla Bakery, I have found it. Wow. We are just on fire today. I cannot believe it. And I am just about sweated up and tired out from that long walk through the neighborhood. What amazing stores, right? I love the vintage vibe. I love all the murals and street art. I tell you, if I could convince Renee to move into this part of town, because there's just too many people here for her. She's more of a country girl at heart. She would absolutely love it here. Street parking, parallel parking, check. She don't like that. Lots and lots of people all on top of each other, check. She don't like that either. High taxes, expensive properties, check. I don't like that either. So I guess that's probably the reason we never moved to St. Petersburg. But I'll tell you what, if I had to make a choice, and there are many cities in Tampa that I like, I think St. Petersburg would be my next stop. I lived in Clearwater, we lived in Palm Harbor, we lived in other parts of Pasco County. Now we live in a park called Newport Richie, but I'm really digging the St. Petersburg vibe. It is like a discount South Beach vibe. That's what it is. It is a lot like South Beach. I mean, stunningly a lot. I get that same type of progressive party, you know, 80s, retro, Art Deco vibe with lots of art and happy people, but half the taxes and half the price. So I guess really not expensive. This is the discount West Coast version of South Beach. I'm gonna remember that for when people ask me, where can I move to on the West Coast that is very similar to South Beach, but doesn't have actually South Beach expenses to incur? And I'm gonna say, historic St. Petersburg, Kenwood area. It is just absolutely stunning. If you like walking at night, all the shops, and just wait. We haven't gotten down to the tourist part yet, which I'm usually less impressed with, but is absolutely beautiful. You're gonna see it's like Fifth Avenue, but with palm trees. Anyway, I am standing on the side of the building that has the exhaust for the bakery, and it just smells absolutely marvelous. So let me get my mask out. Let's go inside and see what Valhalla has to offer. I need a break and I need something sweet. And they're open and I found them. Oh my God. I don't know what to do with my hands today, but this is exactly like I saw, you know, in my mind. It would be open and it would be here. How much better can it get than that? Let me get my mask out. So much. Oh, that is so excellent. I love when they put it in a box immediately instead of trying to just put it in a bag and then I gotta fight with it. Thank you so much. This place is awesome. Yeah. All right, let me pay you guys. Oh, outstanding. How unbelievable is this? I can't tell you. It has been my luckiest day so far. Super pleasant. No one even questioned the camera, which, you know, to me, puts you right at the top of my list. This looks absolutely incredible. I love the place that does a bake and you get what they have and that's it. Bottled orange soda from real cane sugar. You know I'm absolutely in heaven. And yes, I do travel with my own can opener just for that reason. I got a raspberry and lemon bar for Rini, because if I don't find candy, at least I can bring back something sweet, right? I got a vanilla and chocolate cupcake. It's a vanilla cupcake with chocolate hand-whipped French butter, chocolate buttercream. Sounds super delicious. What I forgot to get was a napkin, but, you know, being the adamant photographer that I am, and cake lover extraordinaire, we never travel anywhere without a bag full of napkins, right? So let's have a seat, sit down, see exactly how super delicious this really is, and this way I can secure Rini's. And after this wonderful snack, I think I'll have enough energy to go downtown and actually deal with all the tourists. First, we'll go to the exclusive Versace 5-star shopping area they have down there, and then we'll slowly make our way down to the boardwalk and pier and waterfront and museum, and wow, we got a lot of culture in this town. But first, we gotta try brownie, man. They did have brownie. I got that brownie on the brain. We're gonna try the cupcake. They did have brownie, but it was Rocky Road, and I like a unfettered brownie. I like just plain brownie, or maybe a caramel drizzle. Rocky Road's way too much for me, but let's see how this goes. I'm thinking delicious from the sight of it. It's hot out here, man, I'm telling you. Sweltering, 90s. Ooh, but a nice cool breeze when you're in St. Petersburg. Well, this gotta be super delicious. Oh yeah, the first sip not so cold, but once you start getting to the heart of it, people need to learn to put that stuff on ice. Put them bottles directly in ice, gonna be unbelievable. Let's see, without damaging Rini's. Oh, one chocolate vanilla cupcake. Let's start with the buttercream. Ooh, not too sugary. Very good, very French vanilla cream, chocolate buttercream, not vanilla cream. Getting all tongue-tied, I'm so happy. Now, I can tell you the cupcake feels massively dense, but let's see, take a pinch. Oh, that's delicious. That's dense, but delicious. It's so much I can't get it in my mouth. Wow. That is super good and going to be super messy. So let's go ahead and finish this so we can get back on the road and head on down to the sexy part of town with the expensive stores, right? I've got buttercream all over my sunglasses and everything. All right, time to cut.